Hello, myself Dr. Bhupendra Pushkar from Department of Biotechnology, University of Mumbai. Now I'll be discussing about an important topic of bioremediation. Bioremediation is important in the current time because it is through bioremediation that we can deal with the pollutants which are around the world. Bioremediation basically involves the use of biological systems such as bacteria, plants, or enzymes to remove or neutralize the pollutant present in soil, water, and air. Basically, bioremediation involves the chemical reaction that are taking place in plant bacteria and through the use of enzymes which act upon these pollutants and degrade and mineralize them to a simpler form and return them back to the ecological system. Bioremediation can be conducted majorly by two processes. One is exudative process, where we bring the pollutant to the site and carry out the bioremediation process by using biological agents of plants, bacteria, or the enzymes. Example of exudative process is land farming, where the composting is being done, biopile, where we pile up the material and we pour the bacteria onto it. Bioreactor is a technological development in the bioremediation where bioreactor utilizes plants or bacteria or specifically enzymes to degrade the pollutant. Composting is one of the age-old process that has been carried for degrading the household waste at the farmyard. In situ process involves the use of plants or bacteria at the site. We generally pour the plant, grow the plant, or pour the bacteria or enzymes on the site. Water remediation can be done by using the floating wetland technology, which is being shown in this diagram. Generally, the pollution are of four types: agricultural pollution, urban pollution, oil spillage, industrial pollution. Agricultural pollution is created by the use of fertilizers, pesticides for the process of agriculture. These fertilizers and pesticides they contaminate the land, soil, and these are they found entry into the ecological food chain. One of the example is the excessive generation of nitrate, which leads to eutrophication. Eutrophication generally is the growth of unwanted microbes and plants which utilizes these nitrates and they create unpleasant weather, unpleasant atmosphere. These chemicals and fertilizers which are used in agriculture, they return to the food chain through the foods that we consume. Next is the urban pollution. Urban pollution is basically done by the urban environment. It consists of household waste, constructions and demolition debris, commercial waste and institutional waste. These wastes are collected and dumped in a dump yard, but these waste pollute the land, soil and the water. They also causes unsanitary conditions. They spread the diseases like malaria, dengue. These are the diseases spread in the urban areas due to this urban waste collected. Unpleasant odor in the surrounding. Urban waste also have a tendency to pollute the groundwater. and if this groundwater is being consumed, they leads to lethal effects. Next is the industrial pollution. Industrial pollution is created by the various kinds of chemicals and gases that are generated by industries. Generally, the gases and the chemicals that are generated by the industry needs to be treated before they are discharged out. But non-treatment of these gases and the chemicals that are released leads to the pollution of air and water pollution. These pollution have lethal effect on plants and animals. Then comes then is the oil spillage, which is one of the latest development, which involves the transportation of the oil or the drilling of the oil. During transportation of oil, there is a lot of oil spillage that occurs in the ocean, which contaminate the whole ocean and disturbs the ecological system of the ocean. So, how does the bioremediation works? Bioremediation generally uses plants, bacteria, and enzyme. These plants, bacteria, and enzyme they act upon the pollutant and they mineralize the pollutant into a simpler form such as carbon dioxide and water. What are the conditions that are required to be maintained for this process of bioremediation? These conditions are those conditions which are required by the plants and bacteria on the other microbes to grow and perform the process of bioremediation. So each bacteria and plant they have a specific conditions. They require specific condition such as temperature, pH, humidity, nutrient requirement, toxicity of the contaminant, and energy sources. Toxicity of the contaminant, depending upon what kind of pollutant we want to bioremediate. Different types of plants are available. Not all the plants remove can degrade all types of pollutants. Specific pollutants are degraded by specific plants, so we have to choose the plant according to the and toxicity of the contaminant. What are the benefits of bioremediation? It is eco-friendly and can be conducted on site, such as in situ process. It poses no threat to people at the site of cleanup, which is one of the major disadvantages that was used during the physical and chemical cleanup of the pollutant. It reduces the amount of equipment, labor, and energy used to clean up the contaminant. I hope you like this video. Thank you for listening to me.